That old guy Australia, peace. And like, share, subscribe, YouTube, Instagram. I gotta show you this. Hang on a sec. There's Bonnie. Here's Bonnie. There's Bonnie. There's Bonnie. Where's Bonnie? There she is. There's Sean, the big one, and the little one. Just going over to Bonnie. Oh, that's cute. That's Delilah. Oh, hello, Bonnie. Hello. There we go. We got him? There you go. Let's go, kids. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on, Bon. Don't hurt Delilah. Oi, oi. Hey, Bonnie. Take it easy. She's having a pee now. Come on, kids. We're going for a walk? Come on. Here we go. Come on. Hey, hey. He's Bond, you're getting a bit aggressive. Hey, no biting. You right there, Sean? Hey, Cam, can we go out the gate or not? All right, let's go, kids. We'll go out the gate. Well, here we are. It's a balmy 4.6 degrees up on up at Camville and Kimville. Come on, kids. Come on. Here they come. Come on, Delilah. Beep, beep, beep. He's an idiot. So we're going for a walk. Look at their beautiful garden beds down here. Fantastic stuff. All covered for the frosts. And I'm walking with the animals. It was -2 yesterday. This is a balmy morning, 4.6. Oi! Oi! Bonnie! Don't go too far. You're going over this way. Come on. Come on, kids, you need to beehive yourselves. Here they come, look. Where are they? Oh my God. Meow. It's an idiot, Phil. So anyway. What I want to talk about this morning isn't funny at all. And I did a post on it yesterday, and there's been more information come to light. And you would have known about the 95-year-old woman on a Zimmer frame. Sorry, Sean. 43 kilos she weighed, with dementia, in a nursing home in Cooma. And the staff, God knows whether they were, and I say this in all respect, Australian or imported workers, because there's a lot of imported workers in these nursing homes now, but they were incapable of handling the situation when at 4 o'clock in the morning, this 95-year-old woman decided she was going to make some toast. So the reports came out that she was armed with a knife. And of course, we know the story. Oh, Sean, we know what happened. It's even hard to talk about. Really, it is. A couple of bloody coppers came from Cooma, because they called them. And the emergency services were there, which is I think it was Ambos or whatever. And they got the body cam. Now, the body cam itself has been viewed by the senior police officers, including the area command and others, who stated that they were disgusted by what they watched. Disgusted by what they watched, right? So they know that there's a good chance this body cam's going to get out. If they release it themselves, that's up to them. But there's a good chance it could be leaked, who knows. The point being, they're trying to cover their tracks. They're saying, oh, we were disgusted by it. And they know they were. It was pretty horrible. Now, I worked in a nursing home down in Narooma, Dalmini. And I know what it's like. I work with dementia patients, and some of them can be very, very aggressive. I understand that. But it's hardly likely that a 95-year-old woman who weighs 43 kilos is going to pick up a fucking Zimmer frame and hit you in the head with it. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. I think the most disturbing thing that came out of this, other than the fact, if you're not aware, that the police tasered this woman twice. Once hit her in the face with it. And of course she fell over and fractured the skull, and she's in intensive care and not expected to live. And I hope these coppers are charged with manslaughter. They've been stood down. Now, what really disturbed me about this was the area command guy, or the senior police guy, somebody, I can't think who it was, area command, don't know, who said he saw the video and disgusted by it. He also then made the following statement. He said, The police were acting in self-defence. The woman was coming at them with a knife, albeit, he says, slowly. So, I'm not laughing because I think it's funny. I'm astonished at the stupidity, of what they're trying to portray. A woman who's 95 years old, who weighs 43 kilos, was coming at these two burly police officers with a knife on a Zimmer frame, and they felt threatened, so they tasered her. I'd like to say you can't make this shit up, but this is true. And these are just the facts we know. These are the facts I can't deny because they're in the video from the body cam, from the police, and the staff will know. I don't care. Someone will talk. Everybody talks. I've already rang a friend in Cooma, so I've already got a little bit of information, but I'm not going to say too much about what's going to happen because I know what the family are preparing, but it doesn't matter. This is the most disgusting thing you've ever seen in your life. Honestly, one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen. These coppers spent a couple of minutes talking to this woman in what they called, that they had this event with her and they spoke to her for a couple of minutes. I can't think what they called it. Interaction, that's right, an interaction with her for a couple of minutes. Now, if you've got a 95-year-old woman that weighs 43 kilos and she's got dementia and she's got hanging onto a Zimmer frame with a bloody bread and butter knife. They said steak knife, but it was a bread and butter knife. She was making toast. One thing you want to do is calm her down. And with dementia patients, as we were taught, and we used to use a technique of distraction. And I remember I had this wonderful old lady. Oh, it was so sad. She was very, very... She had full dementia, but she was fit as, and she used to walk every morning in her previous life. Very, very fit. Won't mention her name. And the moment the doors opened, she'd escape from the nursing. The coppers used to pick her up around the room. She'd walk miles and miles and miles. Didn't know where she was, but she just walked, fit as a fiddle. And I had to get her dressed for breakfast back in the days when it was a bit cruel. I didn't like what I did, but that's what I had to do according to the rules of the nursing home. But she used to go and get ready for breakfast, and she did not want to get up. She didn't want to get up. And I list of patients, so I had to get them to the breakfast table by a certain time. Sadly, I don't know if it works like that anymore, but that's how it was. And the only technique I could use was distract. I'd say to her something like, well, what do you think of those blue tiles? And off she'd go. Well, I told Tom I didn't want those blue tiles. I don't know why he picked them. I've never liked blue. I always liked yellow. Tom knew that. I don't know what he was doing. What was he thinking of? And away she'd go. And then I'd just bring up any subject. And all the time we were, flogging down the corridor on a bloody stainless steel commode, towel wrapped around her, hair flying back, into the shower, back up, dressed, down to the, dump her at the breakfast table, go grab another one. That's how it works, sad. But distraction was one of the key tools they taught us, and it works. But a patient like this, 95 years old and 43 kilos, could have been spoken to, coming at you with a bread and butter knife. I mean, how hard is it to get out of the road of a 95-year-old woman with a Zimmer frame who's 43 kilos? How hard is it to get out of a road? There is absolutely no excuse. I've gone over this 1,000 times in my head, and I can't even come up with a scenario. I can't come up with a scenario. Maybe the coppers were backed into a corner by this 95-year-old, 43-kilo woman with a Zimmer frame, and they had their backs against the wall. And maybe she was yelling obscenities from a Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. I don't know. But I could not come up with a scenario in my head that would justify the use of lethal action like this on a woman like this. There's nothing the coppers can say or do from here on in, for me, that will justify anything. They can't condone this in any way. These coppers have got to face charges, and they have to be facing a civil suit. I won't go into that. Hello, breakfast is ready. Go on. But anyway, as people are saying, oh, well, you don't know what it's like with dementia patients. Well, I do. Most certainly I do. When I get on the grass. And I know that I used to have this Indigenous guy. He king hit me one day. He didn't want to go to breakfast either. So I know what it's like with dementia patients. It's very, very difficult. But not when they're 95 and 43 kilos on the Zimmer frame. There's just nothing. There's nothing that you could say that would allow me to accept the action these coppers took. So I hope to throw the book at them. It was disgusting. So when high-ranking police say I've seen the video of the body cam and they say it is disgusting, that they're outraged by the events that took place, let's hope that that means they're going to take serious action against these coppers. I was shedding tears yesterday. It was just, I couldn't believe it. It was just, if you're not outraged by this, if you're not, then you've got some issues you need to deal with, I can tell you. And if you try and justify these coppers' actions, stop and think about it. I'm 65. I'll put $500 down that I could stop a 43 kilo, 95-year-old woman in a zimmer frame with a bread and butter knife. I'm pretty sure I'd back myself. I don't care about protocols and OH&S, workplace safety. You get stuffed. This is a dire situation. Peace and light, that old guy Australia. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button, and it's goodbye from the sheep. Hey, Sean! Whee! I have to get Bonnie down, the dog, and she goes with them, and then I call Bonnie back, and then they all come. It's weird. Anyway, I had to end on a light note. I'm so outraged it's ridiculous. Anyway, peace and light, that old guy Australia. Like, share, subscribe. Catch you soon.